No losses, no draws, 27 KOs, by far the most impressive win. His 12-round whitewash of James Toney, November 18, 1994 in Las Vegas. It was with that win that he catapulted to the top of many of the pound-for-pound listings in boxing magazines and newspaper columns and what have you.
All right, here are our punch stats, and we wanted, since Roy himself has promoted this boxing basketball farce, we thought we would show you the punch stats for both. And as you can see, he is a far more effective boxer than he is a basketball player, landing high percentages of punches, holding his opponents to low percentages. Basketball, 4 points a game, 25% of his field goals. Other stats, too humorous to mention. He's still a 4-round fighter as a basketball player.
2 of 4 from the floor today, his best shooting game yet as a Jacksonville Barracuda. Let's go to Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Square Ring Incorporated, along with your undisputed, undefeated King of Beers, Budweiser, this Bud's for you, present round for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the world. This bout is sanctioned by the Florida State Athletic Commission and the International Boxing Federation. IBF President Robert W. Lee, supervisor for the IBF Florida State Commission Chairman Alvin Goodman. Officials at ringside remain the same except for the 3 judges. Scoring the bout on a 10-point must system for this bout will be Rick Bays, Harry Davis, and Al Rothenberg. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, veteran referee Brian Gary. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance here at Jacksonville and the millions watching around the world on television, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with white trim. He weighs 165 3/4 pounds and brings a professional record into the ring of 19 victories against 2 defeats with 2 draws. He has 5 knockouts to his credit. He comes to us from Saint-Joly-la-Belle Province, Canada, and he is ranked number 12 in the world by the IBF. Mesdames et messieurs, the challenger, Eric Luca. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold, black trim, weighing in at 166 pounds. A 1988 Olympic silver medalist, now with a perfect professional record of 31 victories without a defeat, 27 KOs to his credit, and he is considered by many to be, pound for pound, not just the best fighter in the world, but one of the best athletes in the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Pensacola, Florida, the 2-time world champion and reigning undefeated super middleweight of the world, the champion Roy Jones Jr.
All right, gentlemen, I'll be the man in charge of this world title fight at all times. Just score a knockdown, go to the neutral corner. Avoid the use your head as a weapon, no rabbit punches or low blows. Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands and come out boxing at the bell. Good luck.
Jim, did Michael Buffer say, let's get ready to tumble?
You got to admire any man who has the courage to step into the ring, and you got to admire Eric Lucas for taking all of the flack he has taken for accepting this assignment against Roy Jones.
Well, fortunately for him, he doesn't understand English, and he's getting $100,000 anyway.
Lucas has a lot of scar tissue over both eyes. His cut man, Bob Miller, acknowledged to us that it could become a factor if Jones connects early and is able to produce a cut.
Well, Shakespeare said men die from time to time and worms eat them, but never for love. Jones should be weary of any praises from this point on. George, you never know why they're praising him. You just don't build a guy up just to tie him down. He's a good fighter. Muhammad Ali went to Canada against a Canadian like this, thinking he'd get an easy payday, and ended up getting the worst body beating against George Chavello. 15 rounds after he beat Sonny Liston.
Now, all of that is a brilliantly arranged way of saying don't disrespect anybody, right?
Not all. Mike Tyson went to Japan to get an easy payday. No, there wasn't even any betting in some parts of the country. He went away bruised, looking on the canvas for his mouthpiece. George Foreman went to Africa, looking to whip an old guy.
George Foreman has already suggested that Roy Jones might have given up something in the legs tonight by having played those 14 minutes of basketball today, and Jones relatively stationary as the first round gets underway.
That's what frightened me about playing basketball in one day, then trying to box in the same. Your feet is not moving up and down like he normally do.
Not the kind of conventional fighter who normally works everything off the jab, but he started out with the jab and the conventional stance and none of his usual athletic artistry here in the first round.
Got a tendency to try to be a little conservative because you've wasted energy. And if you give this guy Lucas any kind of encouragement, you're going to have a fight on your hands.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
All Lucas has to do is to avoid any punishment, keep this fight going into the 6th and 7th round, then open up with whatever he can do.
Relatively cautious first round for both fighters. And a lot of hotel lobby wags who are predicting a first round knockout this afternoon are mildly embarrassed at the moment.
Well, if I'm in Lucas' corner, I would tell him, don't try anything until the 4th and 5th round. Extend this fight as long as you can.
When we go to Eric Lucas's corner between rounds, for the first time ever here, a French interpreter. His name is Jean Brassard.
Yeah, he's encouraged by Yvan Michel, his trainer here, to take his time and wait and take his time. And then let him go. Don't stay on his right. And stay low, stay on your right. Don't tilt your head forward. Just when you feel his jab, just lower your head a little bit. Going well. Stay on your side.
All that adds up to play defense.
Jones threw 38 jabs in the first round against Eric Lucas. I'd be interested to know how many jabs Jones threw in 12 rounds against James Toney. It might not have been as many as the 38 he just threw in the first round here. And he starts out pumping the jab again in round 2.
One thing good about Roy Jones, he doesn't even look for an opening before he throws his straight right hand. If you even have your hands up, he'll just push that punch right through it.
And he lands the left hook. And Roy Jones is starting to open up and show Eric Lucas a little bit of what he's got.
Eric Lucas should be cautious. Jab to the stomach and move back. Keep jabbing, moving back. Do not get confident just with your hands being up.
Lucas going to Jones's body, hoping to take out whatever's left after the afternoon of basketball.
Jones hasn't thrown a lot of punches, but he's sweating a lot in the face.
Throwing punches of many more varieties here in round 2 than was the case in round 1.
Good right hand by Roy Jones.
Right hand lead over the top. Sometimes with Jones, the more unconventional he gets, the better he is.
Every time you hit Lucas, he seems to stop doing anything. And that's the time to get Jones before he can get back set.
Right hand glanced across the right side of Lucas's face. If it had landed flush, it was going to do some damage. Lucas bravely coming back and landing a combination of his own.
And that's wise because he gets in 2 good shots. Lucas